Brain feeling a bit fuzzy? Might be that show Straight Talk with Matt Hasley. It's on every Monday and Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern. It gets to you. Live audio on TuneIn Radio and Spreaker.com. Plus live video on Ustream.tv. From the demented minds at ArmedRadioGlobal.com.
It's Friday night. Time for some Straight Talk. This is your host, Matt Hasley, coming at you. Special thanks to our sponsors out there, Eat24.com. Have you ate yet? Well, log on to Eat24.com, download that app for your favorite mobile device. Click, order, and eat. It's like a food truck in your pants. Also, HotSauceVault.com. Check out Louie at HotSauceVault.com. He's got hottest of the hot. He's got that Wimpy for you Wimpy fans. He's got gag gifts, you name it. Oh, thanks for joining into the show, Mike. Friend of mine, Mike, and Tony. Welcome to the show. Mike, if you want to call in, call my cell. If I can find my phone. It's around here somewhere. Never mind. You'd have to call my cell and I'd have to transfer it over to Skype. Call my Skype line. But, no, it's been one of them days. Man, I'll tell you what, it started off in the Express Care Clinic this morning. So another hour and a half waiting there. Yeah, Express Care my ass. But no, it was a good start to the morning. Now I'm on 2 different types of antibiotics. I have an ear infection, and it's not inner ear infection. What I did was I must have been taking off my sweatshirt or somehow or whatever or something, and cut the bottom of my ear right here at the bottom, and somehow I got dirt in there or whatever or somehow. But yesterday morning I woke up and it's swollen. If you look at the way my 2 ears, one sticks out like this and the earlobe's all swollen and the other one's fine. But if you're not sick when you go into Express Care, by the time you leave Express Care, you're sick. I mean, you got kids running around, hacking, coughing, gagging, sneezing, doing everything. I don't know how the people do it there. That place is packed. And then there's this one lady, she could care less about watching her kid. Her kid's running around, running up to other kids. I'm like going, oh, that's great, yeah. And she just yell at them from across the room. It was a little bit of a wait, hour and a half, to get seen. Doctor was really nice. I've seen him before. Tony, when's the golf course going to open? Probably not anytime soon. They going to start construction on our building 10 days. And when they do that, unless it gets really warm, where we plan on being open permanently, where they have to get a trailer or something to put up there, but we got nothing. We're not going to have any power up in the building, or we'll have power in the building, but they'll be working in the building. They won't be able to use it to run registers and everything. Will be in the way. We talked about possibly opening, doing where we have to use part of the building or whatever. They're going to try to see how things go. But I bet it's going to be sometime in March before we even get open. Yeah. A few people have mentioned that. I don't know about a bomb, but give me a tank and let me drive through the building. That'd be fun. That would be nice. I'd love to see him do is, put a below level to park the carts in, kind of like, a few of the other places like Palmer's got. Even Glens Creek has that where you can park them under. I don't have the say in that, but no, I think it's nice that they're even doing anything. I'm glad that we're finally doing some construction to Yeah. Well, you know what? I started there when I was 12. Yeah. Tony says, he goes, they need to update the whole place. Haven't changed since I was 12. And he says he's 48 today. Happy birthday. You want me to sing to you? I'm not very good at it, so I'll save you the embarrassment. But well, happy birthday. But I started working there when I was 12. And what's weird is I joked with one of the senior guys that worked there. He finally retired. You probably know him, Vic Siegel. Vic, I joked with him. I said, I was that snot-nosed little kid that grew up to be your boss. And he laughed about it. But no, it's going to be a change to see stuff happening. Going to be different to see it. I'm hoping it turns out the vision that we got, and hoping we can make it work. Excited to see some change. And then hopefully they'll do the same with E-Mice. But it's a start. We, talking about news, everybody, I was listening on the news, they're talking about, being sick and all the people in there. They're talking about how many people have been dying from the flu and whole schools shut down. I was shocked. I didn't really think that, that it was one of the young teachers passed away from complications from the flu. You just don't think of that happening. I think of elderly, like my, somebody like, my mother who's in her 80s, she come down with pneumonia complications from that. But luckily, knock on some wood, she's healthy right now. Yeah, seeing all the people sick in there, man, that's just nasty. I could not stand working around that all day long. Sad to see young kids. The young kids were the ones that got me. Hear them coughing and you feel bad for them. In the news, I didn't want to see this happening, but I kind of figured it was coming. Let me see here. Where's my... Oh, there it is. Tiger Woods. He has announced that he's pulling out of the Genesis Open and the Honda Classic. I was afraid this was going to happen. Said, my doctors have advised me not to play the next 2 weeks. He says to continue my treatments. The Star Maker has joined the program. Welcome, Joe Rocks. And he says, let my back calm down. And I that's great. I hope it does. I'm just, I hope it doesn't turn him to where he's out for another 18 months or whatever. But, yeah, I think he'll probably play. You're looking at probably the Masters. Maybe right before that. Or if there's anything that's really close, it's a big tournament. But other than that, I don't see him playing much this summer if he's going to be experiencing back spasms. I don't know if you've ever had back spasms when you're playing golf or doing anything like that. I was in the middle of a tournament. And actually what's wild is I was only 21 years old when this happened. Jay, welcome to the show. They're an old-time friend. We used to bomb the buses that drove by with snowballs. Welcome to the show, Jay. That was one of my reliving old memories there. I tell you, I bet you that bus driver just hated going by our house. Yeah, Jay and I lived not even a block from each other. We used to bomb the crap out of that bus it went by every hour, or every half hour, I think it was. And we beamed that bus every half hour. It was a blast. Yeah, statute of limitations is expired. I don't know. And he can pick me out of a lineup. But, yeah, and what the bad thing about it wasn't just in the wintertime. We hit them with eggs, you name it. We did it all. You think about it going back nowadays, you didn't get away with that stuff now. Oh, I've seen some guys used to do is tomatoes. I never did that, but yeah, the bus was an easy target in the winter. We'd be bus, everybody be yelling. Oh, Buckeyes in the fall, yeah, right in my front yard. We had all those Buckeyes. Yeah, that was a blast. Yeah, thinking back. I still remember the time. You remember a friend of mine, Tom. I don't know if you knew him or not, but him and I were in Kurt, who lived right next door to you. We're bombing cars on Brady Street. And every time a car would come by, we'd go down in the bowling alley. If they'd come back looking for us. So we finally got tired of bombing cars over by there. So we said, we'll go over to Harrison. And this is when Harrison was a two-way street. Harrison's a big one-way. So we said, all right, we'll go over to Harrison. Hey, we're waiting. It's snowing like crazy, just coming down, and I mean, just you can hardly even see it's that heavy. So we're getting tired because there's not that many cars out because it's snowing so bad. And I said, we all agreed. Next car comes by, we're hitting it. I don't care what it is. Because we didn't want to hit big trucks because you're afraid they'd chase you down and catch you. So, all right, next car coming by. And we're looking through this. It was an old barber shop. And we're looking through the windows, and you could see the headlights coming. And that thing got out in front of us. Boom, 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 boom. We all hit that thing. And I hit it in the front quarter panel. One of my buddies hit it in the back quarter panel, and my other buddy hit it on the door right where the badge was. I was like, oops. What do? You're just like, oh, crap. We just hit a squad car. Oh, crap. What are we going to do now? So my two buddies, Kurt and Tom, they take off running. And they go running, which would be west. And I'm leaning out, looking to see which way the squad car goes. See if he's going to turn around the street or if he's going to, what he's going to. So he goes up the corner, takes a right, and I said, that's it. I go, whoop, across the street the other direction. And I'm running, and the guys realized that I was running across the street, so they turn around and come follow me. I mean, these snowdrifts are huge snowdrifts on the sides of the street from plowing. Have been snowing so much. And we're running down the street, and we run through this guy's yard, and the snow's got to be almost a foot deep in his yard. And he goes, "What are you doing in my yard?" At the time, what do you say? I go, "I'm chasing him." You know what I mean? So he gets in his truck. He's looking for us. He's an off-duty police officer. Heard it on the police radio. He's looking for us, like we're most wanted or whatever. So we're sitting there, and about I don't know, it was probably an hour goes by. We're hiding in my buddy's garage, and we go in to watch TV for a little bit, waiting for it to calm down. And Barnaby Jones is on. To add insult to injury, it's about Hank. Welcome to the show. To add insult to injury, Barnaby Jones is on. It's some story about these kids getting into stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, this is like too true to life. So we got the courage back up. We went down back over to the bowling alley. We went across the street. And we started bombing cars again. All right, we're snowballs, and so we're like, all right. All of a sudden, the squad car pulls up right out in front of where we're at. We take off running the opposite direction, falling down the hill, sliding out in the street. We go up behind these houses, and we're like, man, we're screwed. And there's kids are out playing. All of a sudden, the police come up, stop them, make them all, and thought they were the ones bombing the cars. And we walked off and walked home. And I got to my mom and got home. I mean, I'm just soaked from the knee down in snow. You know, I mean, my pant legs are soaked. My gloves are soaked. Walk in the house, and my mom had a scanner. She still does to this day. She's 83 years old, listens to scanner too. And she says, some kids bombing cars across the street from the bowling alley down there. Couldn't be you, could it? I went, no, Mom. What would make you think that? I mean, she knew it was me. But, yeah, that was just America's Most Wanted, yeah. after bombing cars with snowballs. But I had one kid that I hung around with. When he went to Rocks, I was like, that's it. I'm done. Yeah, that I don't like. I don't get into that. So, but no, you see Tiger dropping out of the tournaments for the next 2 weeks. Hopefully he's going to make the Masters. Masters coming up in April. That's my favorite tournament of the year. That is the event. We also, in other golf news, Jordan Spieth apparently got a little miffed, as you want to call it. He and you see this where where people go and they'll go autograph seeking in those professional autograph seekers because they're going to sell it. Well, it said Jordan Spieth sounds off on adult seeking scums, he calls them. He says, and these guys that just have bags of stuff to benefit other people's success when they didn't do anything themselves. Go get a job instead of trying to make money off the stuff that we've been able to do. That's what he said. He goes, if you've ever been near players prior to a sporting event, you know exactly what a autograph hound is. You know, they're the guys that's, in this it says, they're the guys that are usually in their 30s or 40s who battle with small children to get autographs. You know, there was a story about Walter Payton. Walter Payton, when he was in his prime, he went for an autograph session. And while Walter was signing autographs, he left, got up and whatever before the autograph, and everybody was kind of ticked off. So the professional autograph seekers, the ones that are go out there and they're trying to sell it, that's all they're looking for is to get it for a sale. They left. And he came back and signed autographs for an hour and a half or 2 hours for kids. I mean, that's what it's for. I'm not a big autograph fan. Now, if a guy wants to autograph a check for me, I'll be there all day long. But, I mean, I would just like to do is talk with them. Talk with the tour players and, relate to their stories. I don't need his autograph to tell me, hey, look at that, he's my friend. No, because because he signed it. He could, most of the time, their autograph that they sign for merchandise is totally different than their normal autograph. I mean, it's just like a scribble, that they do. And I hate to see, the way the people go after autographs. Like, they say the least autograph with the least amount of value, and it's probably gone up since he died, but was Arnold Palmer. It said the reason why, because Arnold Palmer signed everything. He signed his autograph all the time. People would write letters to him, and he would write back to them. And the thing about Arnold Palmer, I mean, I was a Nicklaus fan growing up. And I didn't have anything against Palmer. Palmer's a great guy. But, I mean, I grew up in the era more of Nicklaus than Palmer. Palmer was on the way out, and Nicklaus was being attacked for being the guy that's taken over for the king, Arnie's army. Well, Palmer used to do he used to spend over $100,000 a year. $100,000 a year on postage to send stuff back. He spent it of his own money to send it back. He didn't have to. If somebody sent you something to sign, and then they didn't send you an envelope or postage to send it back, well, odds are you're not going to send it back. Well, he would. He would sign, he would address it, everything, sign it. He'd write letters to, to young players that he saw on tour and, tell them, hey, keep up the great work, do stuff. I mean, that's class. You can't teach that. I mean, that's something that's really cool. And I wish more athletes were like that. I don't blame Jordan Spieth for getting upset with autograph hounds. It's for, every sporting event is for fans. That's why it became an event. It doesn't matter whether it's baseball, basketball, football, golf, hockey, you name it, tennis, any sport is mainly for the fans to watch. If it wasn't to watch, where people were going to watch it, then they wouldn't make any money off it. They wouldn't be paying these athletes to do it. So, and you see these people that, you see athletes that act like, I don't know what it is, like they're floating on gold or something like that. I don't know. Like the league won't, oh my God, the league will not survive without me, or the tour will not survive without me. They have to understand that, yeah, you might be a great player, but it's like Jordan. Jordan was the best player ever, and he's done. I mean, not against Michael. I mean, Michael Jordan, phenomenal. Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus. Everybody hits that wall. I mean, I hate to see Tiger hitting the wall because I think he could still do it, whether his body's going to allow him to. No, Joe, you cannot have my autograph. So, no, it's if it wasn't for the fans, you look at right now, Baltimore fans. Not Baltimore. I'm sorry, Boston fans, or New England Patriots. You want to call them Boston? Everybody, they're all, high on everything because they won the Super Bowl. I mean, great. You look at how many jerseys they sold. You look at all that. I mean, that's awesome. But you know who the biggest winner was? I mean, well, besides, everybody talking about Tom Brady, but, funny stories about the Super Bowl. Usually when you get a Super Bowl win, you have the Super Bowl MVP gets a truck or something. Well, Brady was going to give the truck to James White. Well, apparently there was no truck. So Conan ended up giving him a truck on his show. I think that's cool. So James White scored the winning touchdown for New England. He got him a truck, got a nice truck. I'm sure Tom Brady could have afforded one. I mean, if you got a line like that, keeping him healthy, he should buy them all trucks, or whatever kind of car they want. I think he can afford it. I think he got enough in the bank account that he might be able to afford it. But no, before I get out of sports and everything, I want to talk about, people talking about doomsday and everything. Oh my God, President Trump's in now and he's going to cause the end of the world. Well, apparently they're building luxury doomsday community. It says Trident Lakes is a luxury end-of-the-world gated community. Why you got to have a gate on it? I have no idea. Opened in 2018, located in Fannin County in northeast Texas. It says $300 million development will feature 530 fortified subterranean condos built to withstand a major catastrophe. Also set for the grounds are a spa, a 100-stall equestrian center, 4 miles of jogging, biking trails, 5 gun ranges. Got to be in Texas. Got to have gun ranges. Tennis courts, polo fields, indoor gym, shops, restaurants, and statue of Poseidon holding a golden trident, billed as one of the largest in the world. And one more recreation to the mix. An 18-hole golf course and driving range in early February, Trident Lakes, named Dead Edsall, with DE Golf designed to helm the course of the gods. Said Dave's experience and vision fits perfectly with the special community we are building. Sprawled over 700 acres of land, the course will go along with the resort's Greek mythology themed. The par 4 18th will finish over 2 ponds and be called Poseidon's Revenge. Other holes may include Zeus, a potential of a 650-yard par 6. Surrounded by hazards and boundaries. I think they ought to make one, if you're going to make it the end of the world, you ought to make it while you play it, where the, kind of like Walking Dead, where they come up out of the bunkers after you and stuff like that. In golf has some goofy rules. If anybody played the game, you got to understand they've had goofy rules. Well, probably the dumbest rule for golf that I don't like is, and the tour players have to play by it. Your average amateur, they just roll it out, but a tour player, when they end up hitting a ball into a sand-filled divot in the middle of the fairway, you get penalized for hitting a good shot. Some stupid rules they need to fix. But who knows? Will they ever? So other tours, you see the guys with their caddy and stuff like that. Well, a Danish player is going caddyless, and you don't see that as much. Way back, I've seen a few guys do it, but not very much. Well, apparently, this Danish player, his name is Nicole Brock Larsen of Denmark, and is in the lead in the Vic Open. So that's pretty cool to see. You don't normally see that when somebody goes and carries their own clubs. Because, it depends on what type of course you're on. Sometimes you can be on a really hilly course and just wear you out. A lot of people don't realize that they say that Augusta is so hilly, but the TV doesn't do it any justice. I would love to see. I've never been to Augusta. Love to go. It's always at the start of the season for me, and it's hard to get away to justify leaving in the middle or beginning of April. Another event that went on, or that's going on, the European Tour Maybach Championship. Bernd Wiesberger made nine straight birdies. That's crazy. On the regular tour, I think it was Rom. He just won the tournament, a couple weeks ago. He made, I think, 6 straight. So that's pretty impressive. I'm friends with him. I used to work with him years ago. He one of our local courses here, in the qualifier the one year, he birdied the six holes straight out of the blocks. And then he parred 7, 8, and eagles 9 to shoot 28, 6 under, or 8 under on the front 9. And when he got done, they were doing the scores. He shot 35 in the back, 1 under in the back, so he shoots 63. And the guy goes, "Who was playing with him?" I'm like, okay. Stephanie, welcome to the show. I can't wait until spring when we get all this construction done, everything, and we get to make that bacon burger recipe. Doesn't that sound like a winner? So We're going to try that recipe sometime this year coming up. There was an awesome, called Barbecue Guys or something like that. They're on Facebook. I get on there and they comes up on my timeline because I like them, and they have some of the most mouth-watering recipes that you can see. They're just phenomenal looking. So if you get a chance, they take a pound of bacon, cook it on the grill, then they mix it, chop it all up, mix it with burgers. They put onion, tomato, lettuce, pickle, you name it, all on there, and then cook it on there. I mean, I was just like, wow, I gotta try it. Just looks phenomenal. We're talking about I'm kind of going back and forth between bebop and back in between sports there, but apparently Roger Goodell was a little peeved off about Matt Patricia's clown T-shirt. I don't know if you got to see that, where he come off the plane and had a Bozo the Clown over kind of on Roger Goodell's face. I don't know if that would actually, I mean, what good is it to poke the bear? I don't know if it'll ever, anything will come out of it. Brady also explained that it was pleasant between both of them. Because I know they got bad blood because Goodell suspended Brady for 4 games. Well, didn't matter. They still won. So we what do we got here? Brett Favre also came out and said, Brady got his jersey stolen or whatever, missing. He said Brett Favre says when they won the Super Bowl, same thing happened to him. His jersey come up missing too. So somebody's probably got a Green Bay jersey, and somebody else has a Tom Brady jersey that they're like got in their basement and go, hey, look at that. Yeah, that's my trophy there. And but they can't sell it because otherwise you end up going to jail. Yeah, they say that Brady jersey's worth about $500,000. That would have made it right into the NFL Football Hall of Fame. But apparently Taylor Lewin, who is a Tennessee Titans player, says the NFL should let them fight during games like they do in the NHL. He goes, as if the games weren't violent enough, Taylor Lewin thinks they should be allowed to fight. The thing about that is the NHL really doesn't allow them to fight. It's just they wait for they get to a certain level to where they can get in there and break it up. If they could break it up beforehand, they just don't want to get hit. I mean, I wouldn't want to get in the middle of 2 guys that weigh 350 pounds like these guys do, some of these guys in the NFL, and have them start fighting each other. Or you could get somebody that's, that's a lineman, grab the quarterback and start pummeling him. What, are you going to let him fight? No. I don't, it'd be different if the guys were the same size or something like that. Might be a little bit interesting, but I don't think that's going to be the way to go. I just can't see that because, no, I don't see him allowing them to fight. But, some of these guys, that's what they want to do. I could never understand why a guy would draw a technical, or, well, in basketball, and then draw unsportsmanlike conduct in football when he knows it's hurting his team. Cindy, welcome to the show. We've missed you on Joe's show, so you need to start coming back earlier. So we're gonna have to do something, get you all hooked up for your computer or whatever or something like that. But no, going out of that, we had what was it? Oh, Lady Gaga. I mean, people have been giving crap to Lady Gaga about fat shaming her. And I'm like, no. Come on, people. I said, Lady Gaga she's very attractive. And I don't care what these Neanderthals want to say about her. I mean, just to sit there and say something about her halftime show was incredible. I mean, the things that she did in that, I could not have done. I would have been scared to death to go come off with those wires like that and do flips. No thanks. That's not happening. But to fat shame her, are you kidding me? Fat what? And I liked that she actually fought back. Pretty much told him to go kiss off. And that's what, I think, yeah, you're right. I think she did an awesome job. I mean, she said that she made a statement. She says, I heard my body is a topic of conversation, so I want to say I'm proud of my body, and you should be proud of yours too. I was happy that she didn't turn it into where she wanted to try. Everybody giving her crap because she didn't slam Donald Trump. President Trump. I'm sorry. You got to get over it sooner or later. You can't stay pissed for 4 years. If you do, my God, you're just going to... I don't think so, and I'm not repeating that. Cindy, you have to be nicer than that, because I do not... You're thinking of Joe's show that's raw. No, and Jimmy's not on the show either. They're talking about Jimmy, who is one of Joe's producers, who looks like Einstein right now with his hair going. Next week, he's shaving his head live on Joe's show, he says, whether he'll do it or not. But he's got the full beard. I said he looks like an episode of Bad Santa. Jason, welcome to the show. I'm looking for my Chung Kim's IPA. Have you made any recent? But, let's see here. What do we got? Guy sues Uber. Get a load of this. Tell me if this isn't classic. He sues Uber for $45 million. Because, get this. What's his story? Yeah, Team Powder. Yeah, he sues Uber for $45 million because his wife, he allegedly was cheating, and his wife was able to. He used his iPhone to book, and Uber blames the app for the end of his marriage, and is suing for $45 million. He says apparently his wife was able to do his track everywhere he went because of a glitch in Uber. Well, I'm sorry, but you can track everywhere you go with an iPhone tracking app too. But I'm sorry, the reason why you're getting divorced is because you were screwing around, not because the Uber took you there and the Uber app made a glitch. I'm sorry. That's his own fault. It says the first hearing in the case is scheduled for March. Uber doesn't publicly comment on individual cases, of course, and especially those that concern such as divorce procedures. But I don't know where he thinks he's going to get paid, because a glitch in Uber showed him being taken to his tryst, or what do you want to call it, his little fun time, and his wife found out about it. The reason why you're getting divorced is because you're a piece of crap. You were out screwing around on her, and you deserve it. They had, everybody talks about, these phones. I'll tell you what, my phone, I got an iPhone 6. Haven't upgraded to 7 yet. Got an iPhone 6 a year ago Christmas. And I've never seen a battery die like it does. My battery shuts off. It'll be 32% one day, it'll be 40% one day, and all of a sudden the phone will just shut off. Well, you're talking about using your phone, and people, you see them everywhere. I was telling you, at the clinic, Express Care Clinic this morning for an hour and a half. Everybody's on their phones. I mean, there's one lady had 2 of them. She had 2 phones, and I'm like, what are you doing with 2 phones? She had 2 kids and 2 phones, and they were both hers. Well, so I go there. Apparently, in China, this guy actually got detained for 5 days for using his phone on a flight. Man, tell me that a little strict. They just tell you to turn it off. Well, over January 5th, police in Beijing detained, 3 passengers for allegedly using their mobile phones during flights. And while the use of the phone on flight... Oh, I just lost my Facebook Live. We'll go back, get it back up on there. I don't know if it's... Get it back up there. Spin around. Now we're going back on live. I don't know what happened there. We did a crash. But Facebook Live seems to do that. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my iPad or something like that. Well, but you imagine that. It says you can use any mobile phone to dial an emergency even if it has no SIM card or it is in airplane mode, which means it can search for signals under these conditions, Zhang Chen said. So for foreign travelers in China who use their phones to amuse themselves during domestic flights, it can be especially frustrating experience. Because, Valerie, welcome to the show. Because when it does, you go using your flight on Chinese airline, they're going to hold you. There have been hints to the rules that have been changed soon. In 2014, Zhao Hong, an aviation communication expert, told China Daily that CAAC had been exploring the possibility of air travelers using electronic devices at heights of more than 3,000 meters, or roughly 9,842 feet. So, yeah, don't use your phone in China if you're on a Chinese flight, unless you want to go and be held. That's a little scary. Think over there. You don't know if they're going to let you go. Especially when you're at 4th or 5th day. Thinking about whether am I going to be processed out or going to sit in Chinese prison or something like that. Hopefully it's not hard labor, but here is a cool thing. We've had officers that have been killed in the line of duty. It's almost a daily occurrence. Well, I saw this come out on an article. Actually, Dodge Charger has repurposed the parking sensors. So they got, when you're backing up, you got parking sensors when you back up. Dodge is cleverly repurposing existing technology in its Dodge Charger, the Pursuit police cars, to help police stay safe. Stop playing with the mic. I'm moving it out of my way. At least it's not up and down motion. So there you go. A friend of mine. But do I believe in zombies? No, I don't believe in zombies. I believe in people. Wait a minute. I'll go into that story when I finish this one. 1 second. But yes, I did see one today. When this feature is switched on, the car turns on the rear-facing ultrasonic parking sensors. If they're tripped by someone walking behind the car, a chime will sound alert the officer to the movement. The rear camera will activate, and the car will automatically roll up the front windows and lock the doors. I don't know about rolling up the windows and lock the doors, but if it triggers a sound to let them know that somebody's there. So, yeah, I mean, it's for the officers to be safe. I agree with that. You got some real nutcases out there. Oh, but Valerie, talking about zombies, I don't know how to. I mean, the guy was ahead of me. I had to go pick up the prescriptions. I had 2 antibiotics they gave me for today. I got a outer ear infection. So right here, I don't know if you can tell by my earlobes. This one is just like all swelled up. So is the side of my face right here. And I had to get two types of antibiotics and stuff. Well, the guy's standing in front of me. I'm listening to him talk about getting his prescription. He sounded like a zombie. My God, I couldn't. He was so drugged out. I was like, wow. And it wasn't that he was like on psychotropic drugs or anything like that. He was just like, he was talking like I was okay. And I was just like, he was not that old a guy. And I'm like, whatever he's on is designed to bring him down. So, no, I'm starting to feel better on my. I haven't been able to sleep the last 2 days because of it. But yeah, I know what I did. I cut the bottom of my earlobe right here, and the doctor asked me, he goes, "Did you have like a Xander or something?" I said, "No." And I said, I cut the bottom of my earlobe, and whatever I did, I must have got something in there and got it infected. And he says, with the MRSA going around and staph infection and all that, he said, yeah, here. So he gave me a couple doses of antibiotics. So hopefully 10 days of antibiotics, I'll be feeling like a new man. It's we have what else we got? Speaking of on the show, police killed zombies in Florida, 2014, no drugs in blood tests. I'll have to check that out. What was it on? What show was it on? Oh, that's scary. That's scary. She says it ate people's faces. Yeah, that's a little scary. You get people that are, Google it. Well, I didn't know what show it is. I'm just trying to get her to name the show. Oh, Monsters and Mysteries. Well, there are some psycho people out there. I work as a police officer down in Texas, and when I was there, we had one guy. He bit a chunk out of his arm. He did not feel pain like the average person felt. I mean, which was crazy. He actually, I don't know how to explain it. It was weird. Well, he said he took his finger and stuck it under his skin and went around like this right in front of the nurse. Nurse almost threw up. She'd never seen anything like it. I was like, wow, that's a little crazy there. You see people that, their pain level is totally different than what you expect, a normal human being to handle. Yeah, that's crazy. And you see people like that, that are, they appear to be like a zombie type person because they had, after I left, one of my friends who was a sergeant down there, I was talking to him. He told me a guy took and this is gonna gross somebody out if they not expecting to hear it. Took a spoon and popped his eye out and swallowed it. So yeah, it's just crazy what people can do when they don't feel pain. And they got you look at like Jeffrey Dahmer, and he's dead now, thank God, because you don't have to deal with him. He was killed in prison. But he would sit there and, abduct people, take them in, and then he would kill them. Then he'd cut them up and put them in his fridge and stuff. Gene, welcome to the show. Hurry, get to a safe space. Safe place. Tony, welcome back. Yeah, I need my safe space. How would only you, Mike? Only you. But yeah, I don't think they're when you got a zombie. Now, I never got into the Walking Dead show. I don't know what it is. I just never. Not that I don't think it would be a great show. I just never got into that show. I should try it. Maybe it'd be good. Who knows? I'm into like right now tonight. I'll my son and I will watch the live PD. He's my youngest son. He's 11. He gets into it. I was talking last show. We watched Dodgeball together. Oh my God! I never heard him giggle and laugh so hard. I know you're talking true zombies, but nonsense. What do you mean nonsense? Dodgeball was awesome. If you dodge a wrench, you dodge a ball. But he says, cram it up your cram hole, LaFleur. And he goes, my youngest son goes, Dad, I don't know what that means. And I said, up your butt, Jobu. And he was in tears. He was laughing so hard. But, no. Yeah, real zombies. I don't know. I'd have to do is talk. He said he would come on my show. I'm gonna do is get him to come on. He does Factor Faked, Ben Hansen. So I talked with him a while back. We traded emails, and I'm gonna see if I can get him to come on. He might have done some information about that. He would know. But yeah, he I think he was a former FBI agent or something like that. When are you making out this way again, Mike? There must be a delay. I don't know what it is. But no, we have talking about other crime stories. I like to talk about the crime stories, but let's see here. What do we got here? Mob boss files $10 million prison ping pong lawsuit. Former mob boss Tommy Schatz Gioli wants $10 million for the federal government over a ping pong injury. Gioli was a high-ranking member of the Colombo crime family. Is suing over injury suffered during a game at a Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn in 2013. Says he slipped on wet floor while playing a game and fractured his kneecap. His suit argues that the prison is negligent here, and so should be out that way in March or April. Good. We'll have to go for a burger or something. So he wants $10 million because he broke his kneecap playing ping pong. Actually, it was let's see here. Boy, there's some weird. Let's try to find another article here. I'm switching between headlines. Oh, apparently, I don't know what, this guy must have pissed off the judge. But judge set this man's bail at $4 billion to make a point. Antonio Willis is likely to be in jail for a while after a Texas justice of the peace said White might be the largest bail ever in U.S. history. $4 billion bond is certainly the highest ever in Bell County, where Willis, 25, is accused of killing Dante Samuels. Why not just no bail him? Sonia, welcome to the show. It says, however, the figure too large for the jail's booking software may violate Eighth Amendment protections against excessive bail, reports USA Today. Justice of the Peace Claudia Brown knows that. Brown tells Clean Daily Herald she wanted the bond set at $100,000, but pressured by other unspecified people to set it higher. And so she did, to make a point. I don't know why they, in a murder case like that, why they can't just go no bail. So, that's $4 billion. That's not going to be made. So, they also had, let's see what else we had. Here's a weird story that came out. Judy Garland. Lynn Olson, welcome to the show. Judy Garland was, hello, Lynn. Well, Judy Garland was in, of course, Wizard of Oz. Well, Judy Garland's third husband had memoirs out, and parts of it will be very uncomfortable reading for Wizard of Oz fans. Judy said that 16-year-old Judy Garland was groped by the Munchkins on set. I'm like, they thought that they could get away with anything because they were so small, he wrote. They would make Judy's life miserable on the set by putting their hands under her dress. The men were 40 or more years old. But, you hear about weird things that go on in movies like that, but no wonder she tried clicking her heels together. Take me away from here, yeah. But they read that story, and I didn't realize she died in 1969 from an overdose. She was 47 years old. But he was married to Garland from 1952 to 1965 and fathered two of her children. Died in 2005. He did, but I mean, you think about that. You don't hear stories about that until they come out way later. Some old somebody playing a Munchkin. I always hated the flying monkeys when I was a young kid, and see that. Always that part freaked me out. Another story coming out. Oprah. Bruce, welcome to the show. Oprah makes $60 million selling a painting. It says, in 2006, Oprah Winfrey brought a painting by an Australian master, Gustav Klimt, for $87.9 million. The auction record for his painting, wise move. Last summer, she sold the painting for $152 million and made a tidy $62 million profit. I guess when you got money, you can make money. That's the way it always is. I mean, she worried whether she was going to sell it or not. Oh, and if you're wondering whether that Judy Garland story, that was came out on, just search memoirs of Judy Garland, and you might be able to see that story. Let me see here. Oh, we got running out of time. We're actually right on our time, but got one last story here. And this is a story I came out of WND. Well, it was about Nancy Pelosi. Nancy taxpayers spent $101,000, includes Pelosi's in-flight food and booze. So they even got the copy of the receipt. It says it reads like a dream order for a wild frat party. Maker's Mark whiskey, cognac, Johnny Walker Red, Scotch, Grey Goose vodka, E&J brandy, Bailey's Irish cream, Bacardi light rum, Jim Beam whiskey, Beefeater gin, Dewar's Scotch, Bombay Sapphire gin, Jack Daniels whiskey, Corona beer. But that's a single receipt that makes up part of more than 101,000 taxpayer-paid in-flight services, including food and liquor, for House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's trips on Air Force jets over the last 2 years. That's almost $1,000 a week. Yeah, watch out for zombies and munchkins, yeah. But I mean, think about that. Pay for their own booze. Why should we pay for theirs? Yeah, and those damn flying monkeys too. Yeah. And just because of that, I'm calling it a night. The damn monkeys. Damn flying monkeys. So, everybody have a great night. Great weekend. Thanks for all coming on. Thanks for your support. We'll see you back on Monday night. We'll find something. I'm going to an auto show over the weekend, so hopefully we got something to talk about. Maybe see some crazy stuff. But thanks a lot for the chiming in. Everybody have a great night. Great weekend. If you see something, say something. Be safe. If you're a concealed carrier, carry. You never know when you might need it. It's like a fire extinguisher. I'd rather have a fire extinguisher and not need it than to need one and not have it. Think about it that way. So we'll see you on Monday. Be safe. Let's go out of here with a little bit of